going to be kind of interesting to see how that really develops here. But anyways, that's kind of the storylines for this matchup. Joining me to cast here for today is actually going to be Near of Evil Corporation. Been a little bit here. How's it going, man?
It's going great. It's been a while. Cool to be casting again.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on. It has been a while here, so looking forward to some good casts here today. And, Team in Sync Esports, we're going to be covering them for both of the series. It just so happens. But, again, it got up against Nightmare Knights here, so, I mean, I don't know, like, what is going on with this team? Krebson? Like, where the hell is he coming from? This is a name. It's been a long time.
It has been. He's an incredible player, too. I think Krebs and Fine Super KG all have, in the past, been on a top 3 team at some point throughout X amount of time. So it's really interesting to see those 3 players playing again here.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's like an improvement or anything. I have no idea. It's probably new. But I have seen Super KG play a lot of GMM with Krebs while he's been streaming. So it's I'm not saying I'm totally surprised. I'm of course surprised that they're changing it up. But if they are gonna find replacements, I'm not surprised that it's Krebs here. He's an incredible player. So gonna have to see here. So of course it's been a while for him playing on. So you might have to get back to shaping into the competitive environment. But
yeah.
He's really good in the past.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely interesting seeing a player name like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually people tuning in that may not even recognize the name because they're somewhat newer. But no, he's definitely one of our old school name back in the Lion days of old. For those that may remember such a team. So, but yeah, we pointed out Catlamine is no longer part of this team. New Bef and New G, is that?
Yeah, Krebs is New Bef, and they played a lot together. So yeah, they never really made it onto a team for a longer time in competitive, but they still played a lot, and they played some smaller competitive tournaments throughout the years in the past. So it's interesting, but they played a lot together. It's a shame they haven't played on the same team for a while, but those 2 are amazing. So in the past.
All right, so again, going to see how he performs today, kind of coming back. But yeah, with Catlamine no longer part of the team, he was the captain of the team, or at least the drafter in that sense. So that's always interesting, too, to see how that kind of affects things. But anyways, there's all that, but we got a draft to now talk about speaking of that. So let's go quickly recap here. It was Deadlift, Midas, Wild Soul, Behemoth bands. We had Tremble first picked into Rhapsody, Parasite into Warbeast, Riptide into Doctor, and now we even see an Aluna into Flux, actually, a hero that we don't see all too often right now on the scene. But, okay, so absorbing it all in, what are we looking at here, Near?
Well, I'm a bit surprised that they first picked the Rhapsody. I think they want to conceal what they want to do, because I think they gave them the Tremble, and they know that. They banned them the Wild Soul and the... No, Zlapped actually banned the Wild Soul, because he wanted to Tremble, I guess. Mm-hmm. So they banned the Midas being a huge teamfight heroes. I think they want to conceal what they want to do, and they're comfortable against Tremble. Then they picked up the Warbeast, who is pretty good at, killing mounts and making sure that the hero doesn't have as much map control as it can have. But it's still Tremble and Riptide on the same team. Those heroes are very strong. So, and here they follow up with another teamfight hero in Magnus. That's a snap pick, Bubbles.
Yeah.
I think coming back to Flux, though, it's a hero that we don't see often, and I'm not sure why, actually. I was discussing it with my team. Why is this hero not picked anymore? I think it's just a hero that people sort of forgot. Kind of like Jeremiah effect, because it's really strong in solo lanes and also in teamfights. It also has the potential to be comboed with certain heroes, so it's a little bit weird that we don't see it.
Yeah. Hey, especially with this idea of the global strategy. Sandwraith is, of course, very popular right now in the competitive scene. And obviously, when you think of global, Flux is really up there with that global presence that he brings. And just AoE, a Behemoth being very popular, things like that. So, no, I'm with you. I really think it is just a case of he kind of just was almost forgot, but he's still a strong hero, no doubt here. So, going to be in the hands of Shorkhan now. I'm curious about that because, again, with kind of a new roster here, we don't really know what to expect ultimately as far as who's going to be where, I guess. But it looks like Super KG is going to be the carry, actually, on the Doctor Repulsor here. That's interesting. Oh, boy. Are they doing this?
Oh, is this a Kongor? Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
We'll Sync scout it out. I think they're just trying to scout out heroes coming into the jungle, so I don't think they will expect it. It's good luck, have fun coming out here, so...
I like the typing, just like, oh, we're doing that. Oh, Riptide's coming, man.
Riptide's gonna go
They're gonna see this.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay, Clash gonna be happening right here, maybe? Nope. Okay, never mind. The Legion team is like, okay, we stopped them from doing Congra. That's good enough. We're not gonna risk a fight right here.
Yeah. Well, I will say they tried it, but I don't think it hurts them too much. Warbeast has a T-String. It's okay for jungling anyways, and the Doctor has this... he has a TP, so I guess someone bought it for him. But yeah, okay, Bubbles is struggling a little bit. He normally has a bit more items in the offlane if he's going there. But Flux has the same items, and it's okay for Doctor too. So I think they'll be okay, even though it didn't succeed. It's not like they went all in for it and now they don't have anything. So
yeah,
I think they will still be fine here.
Oh yeah, no, we've seen teams even go as far as TPing to the middle lane altogether, so each spending 135 gold just to get there as soon as possible and then be stopped. And so yeah, it's not like they did anything like that. So yeah, hurting a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. They can recover most certainly. Because they were spotted right there. So you also see the counter work coming out immediately too from the Legion team. Zlapped doing a good job of that. And taking care of the ward of sight. So already down one ward of sight here is the Cellborn side, unfortunately. But okay, we got our matchups now, and the lanes are now developed here, and it looks like, probably as expected. I don't think anything too unordinary here coming out, but
seems that Doctor's gonna have the free farm here. Oh, Aluna's taking a bit of pressure here, but he should be fine.
So this is interesting, though, because we mentioned Flux, not one we've seen really too much, but honestly, I know Riptide is such a strong and dangerous 1v1 hero, but I feel like Flux actually could do decent against Riptide.
Yeah, there's actually some heroes that do pretty well. I've seen Revenant do well too. Some Hillbringers have also been doing well in competitive against the Riptide. That might be also because of the assistance of Revoid.
Yeah.
As we see here, he is 220 GPM and he has an entire wave at his tower, so he's actually doing quite well.
Very early on, so we'll keep an eye on that. 4-0, it's now 6-0 actually at this time. So Shorkon up to him to be able to compete with the Riptide of Massera here, playing it for Sync Esports, of course, so going to be interesting. Also mentioning, again, Super KGE, playing the Doctor Repulsor right here. Kind of changing it up a little bit. Not really known as a carry player necessarily in his competitive mind sense, but, I mean, is a good player, so not saying he's going to do poorly by any means, but it is different. It's different seeing him in the short lane role here, so
for sure.
Let's see how he does.
I think he will have his work cut out for him, because looking at the heroes, Parasite's gonna be more active than the War Beast, and Tremble is gonna, be a lot of active with the Boris too, and so is Riptide. I mean, has huge early game potential, and they don't really have that a bit, but it's not in the same kind of way as the Legion team. So Doctor will have to make some good TP ganks, I think, to make this work for them, or at least counter kills.
Yeah. Gonna have to be pretty active here to say the least, but we mentioned too though that first pick Tremble. If there's really one hero on the scene right now that you want to keep out of any team really getting, it seems like Tremble's kind of that hero. He's such a strong hero, and really on every team. And just the mobility, the carry presence that he brings, the farming tool, the double auto attack is just ridiculous. The Boris control. I mean, it's just all across the board. This hero is just strong. So. That's obviously a positive, very big positive here for Sync that they have to work with.
For sure.
Played by Hacks here.
Yep, it is. Bubbles is still level 1, so Serena is doing a good job. He's also managed to triple stack the pole, and Bubbles is level 1. So sometimes when you stack, you give up a couple of levels for the offlane, but it's not happening here. Luna's a really good boxing hero, and I think the big difference too is Magnus is level 3 now, Bubbles is level 1. He has to go base here. Magnus has the creep wave at his tower, so Sync is doing a really good job of keeping the lane where it should be here. Krebsen is getting a pull off now, so it should go back in their favor. But at level 3, Magnus could roam mid and set up some havoc for the Flux.
Level 4 even now, he gets it right there. Yeah, that's what I was just going to bring up too. It's just like, should this be happening? I mean, you got a Rhapsody and a Doctor Repulsor up here at the top lane. Is Magnus able to get this farm? Like, should this be the case?
Probably not, but the Doctor, when Magnus walked up to the lane at the first wave, I saw him auto-attack him and aggro the creeps, and that's where the lane control happened. Something you don't see from very experienced teams. Sometimes we actually manage to do it as well. It really depends on the matchup you're playing against. But I think in Magnus you could keep level 1 with the Rhapsody if you focus on it. But as I said before, if you triple stack the pole and focus on your own levels, you see Rhapsody level 3 now.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you can't really box him out. It's kind of trade-off you make. Is it worth it for you to keep yourself at level 1 for the offlane level 1? And maybe it could have been here. So
yeah,
it's a little bit interesting to see or to talk about. But it's not good for them at least.
Well,
they have the level 1.
Exactly. The Bubbles being level 1 is really the most impactful thing of it. The fact that their suicide is level 1 when the opposition's level 4, almost, in fact, level, well, he's 4.5 really. So, I mean, you see Noob right here. He's almost kind of been walking around a little bit lost. You know, Bubbles is not a hero that, he's not the biggest threat at, you know, this early level. I mean, Shell Surf, it's okay damage, but, you know, it's not stunned by any means. So, he's just going to be a little bit of damage. He does come back to the bottom lane as it does get pushed up here, so finally we'll recover.
I would say that at this point he shouldn't die, and it's pretty good that he's now getting some experience here. I'm not sure how they lost it. I guess Serenia pulled, and then, you know, sometimes the lane pushes after that, and it happens. You can't really control that all the time, mid lane.
Yeah, Flux in trouble right here. Flux, or in comes Parasite as well, and it is going to be a kill on a Flux. Riptide will manage to live, despite Rhapsody actually trying to assist with some damage right there. But, yeah, with Parasite and a Luna both collapsing on a Flux right there, he did his best. Unfortunately, not enough. Didn't get the chance to use his ultimate either to maybe assist right there. So, good lockdown.
Yeah. And I'm not too surprised by this, honestly. It's they have the more active team right now. They need some levels onto Bubbles as well. We see the Boris mid too. That's a good placement here. Rhapsody can't even go in and kill him out. I mean, Tremble could in theory port in and kill him, so... he has Flux to do it now for him. Yep.
That's fun right there. Yeah, he's going to be able to take it out, but yeah, Boris, he's getting curious as far as maybe trying to set something up here, but that's that microwing coming in from Haxorn, of course. He's at the bottom lane. Meanwhile, top lane, Dr. Repulsor. You don't really stand a chance against that. Riptide getting in there with the ultimate, and obviously Magnus there to assist with the stun. So Riptide, of course, fantastic. Silence in general is against the Dr. Repulsor, and Riptide definitely brings that, obviously, with his Q, that Watery Grave. So already kind of tough on paper, and that's the activity, the roam coming out from Acera. So this lead for Sync Esports, it's already looking pretty strong right here. In fact, look at Warbeast. He activates the ultimate just simply to run away. He got netted right there. He was out of range. He's going back in. I don't know if that's the correct decision, though. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Get out here. I know Magnus doesn't have boots, but if he gets netted again here, I should be fine. It's just so hard to deal with. And now he spawns another one he can just point top with again if he wants to. So this is why the hero's strong anti-double attack to farm with.
Yeah, the fact that he's able to be of assistance with the team while still farming himself, I mean, that just right there, the sound of that's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing, though, so.
Bubbles.
His Bubbles in, well, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
They dove really deep.
He actually disjointed the Parasite ulti with the Shell Surf, but as a result he didn't Shell Surf far enough, so the Boris caught up with him with the net and he died. So that's unfortunate. It's really rough. I mean, this is also why you don't see suicide bubbles that much anymore, because it's really easy to box out with X amount of heroes that can do it. Like Luna's very good at it. Like, just keep him level 1. And, yeah.
They have Haxorn, obviously, 467 gold per minute, so having a great start here, really, as you would expect in most cases. The tower kill on top of that, so again, across the board, things looking pretty good for Sync. Trying to find positive here for the Hellborn team. I mean, it's not atrocious. I think it's the Bubbles is kind of the glaring, you know, the one that's just not doing too well. But at least get him level 6 and have that Kelpfield presence will be important. You do got Doctor at just over 300. Warbeast is around that 300 GPM mark. So there are some positives here for the Hellborn side.
It's not atrocious yet. I mean, they have to support each other. As we see Doctor getting gone on top, they need to TP in and get a turn kill here.
Well, that was interesting, actually, because Magnus happened to stun into Warbeast at the same time over here in the jungle, so I think that was miscommunication right there. They both had their targets in mind, and they happened to be on different pages right there, so a little unfortunate that they weren't on the same page, or they probably could have had a kill out of that on another target, but...
They might have said here at the same time, and then, oh, okay, yeah. Ziv is really wreaking havoc. I mean, he's scouting them out everywhere. I mean... He has the boots now and the bottle, so he just needs the +1. But of course, Riptide ulti top, and they missed that, so he's looking mid now.
I was going to say with the Luna, but no, Parasite's here as well, and this should be enough damage. Yeah, with just a Luna, I was a little worried, but no, Parasite coming with the Minotaur and easily secures that kill. Serenia on a Luna actually getting credit for it. So the roam is definitely pretty heavy here on the Legion's side. Kind of just noticed that on paper, of course, and sure enough, Sync is executing right here. In fact, Boris now at the top lane. This could be a kill on Doctor. Here comes Riptide. The Undertow's out. That Watery Grave. What can Doctor do? Well, the answer is absolutely nothing. He can walk and hope that he doesn't die, which wasn't the case right there. So, again, that's the carry, getting a kill at the top lane.
Yeah, nice power throw from Serenia. It's hard to hit from the mid lane. You have to use it before they kind of grip him, so that's really nice from him. Because else I think he could have maybe ultied out of there. So nice of him to assist with that damage too. Nice coordinated from Sing.
I mean, it goes back to Tremble. It's like I said, there's just really one hero in this hero pool right now that you can kind of see it picked up, and across the board at least for all these teams, it's like if a team gets Tremble, you already kind of favor them quite a bit, and Sync's just kind of showing another reason for that right here. It's like, what do you do if you're Nightmare Knights here?
It's pretty ridiculous to think about right now. It's nothing against the Crepson or the Rhapsody Pig or anything, but like the Boris does more than the Rhapsody Hero right now. Like, because it doesn't give enough as much gold as Rhapsody or experience at all, but it's still faster than him. It can make sure that Tremble can TP in, and it has the same amount of stun. So.
Oh, they're trying to make something happen right here. They almost get Parasite. They do, in fact, but at what cost now? Bubbles, he's getting low. He is going to survive, actually. Riptide goes down, and this ends up working out pretty damn well for Nightmare Knights, actually. A 2-for-0. There could be more. Magnus in trouble. He does not have mana for a stun. Doctor trying to get in range, nice up at the Steam Bath, but no, he doesn't disjoint the auto attack. Oh my gosh, wearing off right there. The last second, he's actually going to get away maybe. Here comes Tremble. Can the Hellhounds at least finish it off? But now Flux is in trouble. As all of a sudden Tremble and Boris join the party. You see Magma still running. It looks like he's actually going to get away as the Hellhounds stop chasing. And now Flux, oh my gosh, one auto attack too. Luna wants this. She gets it, and then she gets out. Are you kidding me? No, the Hellhounds are going to block her. And they will at least kill her in return. But now Tremble's back in, so here we go. It's round 2, baby. Tremble with that Boris gets a kill on Rhapsody, but now he is in a little bit of trouble. But here comes Riptide. This fight just lasting forever, and it seems like it's going to work out in the end for Sync Esports, actually, when it's all said and done. So the start was decent for Nightmare Knights. The end, not so much.
Yeah. Kind of ended out with the same lead as they had before, but it was really good. Good decision making going in for getting 2 kills. They just got a little bit too greedy, going for more because they had the 2-for-0, and then Sync comes. The respawn time is not that high right now, so they can come back in with the Riptide and with the Tremble, and yeah, they cleaned it up after, get it back to where it was, the lead at least.
Yeah, 6,000 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead, speaking of that. So, but yeah, you can just see, Sync Esports just they're still going. Like, their activity is just so on point, but that's what we keep going back to at the same time. The craziest thing about it is that Tremble, in the meantime, still is just farming away. With that double auto attack, the Thunderclaw, of course, great synergy there. 2,500 gold already saved up. At this rate, I think he could probably get that Brutalizer, not really feel too worried about getting a Shrunken Head yet, or he may just get it just for the sake of wanting to fight too, but yeah, it's a lot of choices here.
Yeah, they're feeling comfortable. They also fire, they keep going up here, and they can. Riptide's very strong, Tremble's very strong, we've touched on that. Parasite too, really strong and hard to kill, so it's just they have been if they snowball a bit with the lineup, it's gonna go well for them.
Oh, top lane, Doctor, he's going to be fine. You saw Parasite coming in there as well. I have a feeling Magnus, if he actually chose to channel the Eruption, but it was risky. You got the Doctor Repulsor, you really got to bank on your teammates backing you up, and there he wasn't necessarily sure, so chose not to go for it.
The main thing is they don't really have any vision up here, so going in with an Eruption from when they see you is kind of risky.
Yeah.
And you don't see the follow-up at all on the map. Or the potential follow-up.
Fair enough there, so they were kind of there, so yeah, could have possibly been a turn, and risks that they don't necessarily need to take right now is the main point there. So Macera's trying to finish that Insanitarius, helped to be pretty active early on a Riptide here. Good item to have. There's the Brutalizer on Tremble, by the way, so he does choose to just continue the aggressive route here. Already a Brutalizer. We're only 13 and a half minutes in.
Yeah, it is 550 GPM. There's nothing that can stop him at this point. Not right now. It's not really worth it to go for it's something like a 5-man smoke down there. It's not even guaranteed to work either. They have to try and focus on their own heroes, get some core items first, and then try and get the pickups when Sync tries to extend and farm their jungle.
Which again, they're not doing bad on. Super KGE is 340 GPM. He's got the Glowstone bottom lane. Oh my gosh. Bubbles does actually end up dying right there. I thought he might have been able to get away, but it was just a little too much damage from Riptide happening. So the struggles definitely continue for Noob McNoob here, unfortunately. But now Riptide, he's in trouble as the backup is here just a little later. And they do get the turn kill, so they get the last laugh with the revenge right there. Oh, Rhapsody. Well, Rhapsody's dead. It's just a matter of this pause ending here.
2 heroes showed bottom, Tremble ports in and kills the Rhapsody. So, yeah. Normally, Trembles don't do that, but when they see, you know, the Doctor, bottom, and the Flux there, I mean, what can really kill him now and punish him? And Bubbles is dead, so there can be a Warbeast, but what can he really do? So, it's just a free kill for him, and he picks it up. Here, I would assume after the pause.
Unless we see the most godlike juke. No, it's just not possible. He's like in the attack animation even. I'm pretty sure when it goes off.
So, yeah. Might take him a little more, maybe 1.5 seconds or something. Could be.
I think this auto attack is gonna. Let's hear. That's what I'm gonna bet. I bet this auto attack is gonna kill him right here. Here we go.
But if you click on the Rhapsody, you can see he already pressed Q onto Tremble. So maybe that goes off. I mean, there's a bit of turn rate in HoNtour here, so he has to turn 90 degrees to get that off. So we'll see.
All right, will they kill him right away or not? Yes.
Okay. You got it.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, he did get the stun off, but yeah, the attack was first.
Yeah, he did. He did. Heard the noise there, but yeah, knew he was dead right there. So coming out of the pause, you see Warbeast again. He too is not doing too shabby here. Fine's doing his best to be a presence here. He's got the Abyssal Skull, the Steam Boots. He is going to be caught. I don't know if he's going to be killed necessarily. Just a little bit of pressure. Bubbles coming in, though. Kelfield's going to be used. But, you know, it's a Tremble with Farm. That's a scary sight. They're doing their best to kite them. Actually doing pretty good at that. Is it enough? It may be. No, he's going to get away. Luna's there just in time to help kill Warbeast even and keep them off of Tremble. Wow. That's Tremble, baby. And we're not done just yet, apparently. They're going back in for more, actually. Flux is now in trouble. The face hug on him will combo for the kill, so it ends up being 2 deaths, and now this tower is definitely going to fall as well. And you see, actually, Haxer, and he's regen some life here on top of that. In fact, he has a regen rune. Go figure. Good teamwork right there. So he's going to be back in with basically full life and full mana all of a sudden. What was a target that was just about dead is now back full throttle. And gets another kill on top of that. And the tower kill also happening. So, I mean, that would have been big for Nightmare Knights, but came up short.
What's the difference between a 4K lead now and a 10K? So that's unfortunate for them. Serenia came in to save the day there. I mean, it was a good and nice move, actually, from Haxon, trying to force the Warbeast ulti and then just run out. I think he knew that he couldn't kill him, but he tried to force it, and Bubbles was still dead, so he would have had to point it off there right away to like, kind of do anything to him, and that's what he did actually, so that's just unfortunate for him to actually be caught. But then he survives because of that Serenia auto attack, because Flux didn't use the Q, he got stunned as he was trying to use the Q for the damage to last him. So huge play from Serenia there.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say the Flux Q, that release ability, it actually is leveling that up last. He only has level 2 of it right now, but you know, it still could have been enough right there, but
still think 150 would have been enough.
Yeah.
Not sure though.
He was pretty low. He definitely was. Flux will get the pull in right here. They're going to try to make something happen again. They're desperate for anything. They do lose a tower. You see Dr. Pulsar flying in, but that's an Aluna with an Astrolabe. I mean, she does die in the end, but kind of shows you how far they are. Astrolabe and a Steam Boots for that matter. Look at the Puzzle Box Parasite, by the way. He's kind of still hanging around. Riptide doesn't have his ultimate. Might not matter, though, apparently. He's going to walk uphill. Kelfield comes out. Magnus is here. Is he going to stun in and kind of need to at this point? Maybe make a play right here. Going to take the silence. No, he can't even get off the stun. Now Riptide in trouble. Riptide is going to end up falling. Yes, he does. Parasite, he's now on the run. And actually, this is a little bit of a fault here for Sync. Sticking around too long. They ultimately give them 3 more kills, and that's at least something for Nightmare Knights to be proud of and kind of work off of here now. So, yeah, a little sloppy there for Sync.
Yeah, sure. Nice played by them. I mean, coming together like that and Sync getting a little bit too more confident in their lead. And I think not really maybe respecting the enemy team here. So they're getting punished for it, and nice played from Nightmare Knights. And they get a tower too, so that's huge. I know that Tremble picks up the tier 2 bottom, but any kind of gold they can get going for them is worth a lot here. So that's a huge momentum boost for them too. Even though the stats don't really show it, it's pretty good for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, I keep looking at this Dr. Repulsor. Super KG, he has actually continued to do pretty well. And once again after that, exactly.
Charges,
8 charges, jeez. 2,100 gold saved up, so he's going to be on his way to, well, Hellflower maybe. We'll see. Now, actually, oh boy, here goes Tremble. It shouldn't be enough. What is he doing? Okay, wow. I thought he was actually going to wait there too long. Whew, he was
Used
fine.
2 nets for him, and then hoped he could get a bash off, but it didn't happen last bash. So huge that he gets out there. I mean, that's salt in the. I mean, it's not good if Doctor dies there. He has 8 charges. He's the shining light here. He would have not been able to buy the blessed orb too. So now they can maybe make a play happen here. You see Magnus farming offensively mid here, and Tremble farming top again. So if they can go 5 again and maybe get a pick off or 2, that's their way back into the game here.
Well, interesting thing about that as well, yeah, the Shrunken Head being used by Tremble on top of that, which he just got. So that's now 1 second less, but also is on cooldown for the time being. And you do see the Hellborn team, they were going up here, but in the end it's going to be a little too late as Tremble is not going to hang around long enough. So at least Haxring getting out of there. Parasite, though, maybe a different story. He has those Puzzle Box minions, going to take over actually the Catman champion here. And be a little bit of play. Look at this. There's all these minions here with Pores joining as well. So many minions. Here we go with Dr. Pulsar flying in, though. Really want this kill. Flux pulling the happen to get Tremble on top of that. I don't know if that's good or bad. They will kill Parasite, but now Tremble, he's going with the auto attacks. Nice up, but the Mauler explosion kills Rhapsody, and down goes Flux on top of that. The Protective Melody, he had a chance, but no, the Mauler's like, you ain't doing that. He gets the kill. Dr. Pulsar, he's going to be on the run. He does not have mana left to use it again, and that's a double damage Riptide. Not the Mario Party, says Shorkan. Got the Mario Party. Double tap for Haxrin. It's, God, I just keep thinking about that Tremble kill, man. If like, he's 8-0-4 right now. He's so snowballed. Like, if they got that kill, it kind of slowed it down a little bit. You know, that would have been so big, but they didn't. That's the point.
Yeah. It's, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still going to be a little hard for Sync to break base here, but I think they're content still farming and then taking it a bit later before they hit a timing where they feel comfortable to break it. Maybe they'll go for a Conquer kill first.
Perhaps they're in that area. You see Tremble is over here at least. I mean, he alone could really do it. Maybe want to get that Abyssal Skull or on somebody at least. Perhaps on like the Riptide here to assist, or I guess the Parasite even, for the lifesteal aspect. But 2,600 gold on Tremble. We'll see what he does choose to get here next. He did mention the Blessed Orb on Dr. Repulsor, so that is going to be a Sheepstick coming out, you'd have to guess, for him. And then a couple of Shrunken Heads also going to be happening. You got Warbeast and Flux. Both working.
Yeah.
Or Flux might be Icebrand, actually.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think Blessed Orb is maybe an item that's too heavy to get right now. I mean, whatever he wants to build with it, probably a Sheepstick, but that's so far in the future. And I think they need to come back now. They can't, farm their way to a Sheepstick and then try and make something happen. I think they're too far behind for that. So maybe going for something like a Hellflyer would have been a bit better. Also in terms of the stats being better for him.
Yeah, it's just that build-up, too, is just so nice compared to something like a Sheepstick. It's a lot more clunky with a Sheepstick, these big individual items. But yeah, he's trying for it. Another 1,000 gold saved up, so see what. Keep an eye on that pace here when he gets it. But Tremble did buy a pretty big item, that being the Dancing Blade. So we're going to very likely see that Wing Bow coming up in the near future, and going to be great for the defensive purpose of something like the Warbeast. But honestly, just a really good offensive tool as well. It's just so much agility for this hero that he's going to really benefit from. So they're going to kill Kongor, and that'll be a token for Tremble. Part of me almost wants to say, should they give it to Tremble? I mean, they are going to, but...
Oh, yeah. They could have... Oh, he almost has a Wing Bow, too.
Yeah.
I think they'll farm that, and then they can push base. I mean, they're still able to kill him, I guess, but it's really hard. And I think that when you go for something like a Sheepstick, it's usually you have the damage to kill the target, you just need the lockdown. And I'm not sure they actually have damage to kill all the targets they want to with the Sheepstick. I think they have that lockdown, honestly, with the bubbles, with the Doctrine Pull to get a target. Oh, they're going.
Oh my gosh, Tremble in the background. Now he's at half-life, actually, so talking about being able to die, definitely, even with that Shrunken Head right now. Protective Melody is going to be canceled immediately. He will go down, does Tremble, but the token of life going to bring him right back up. Flux is still alive, finally gets taken out after all of that. You see Dr. Repulsor flying around. He ended up going the Null Stone, by the way, using that throughout the fight, and I guess that's how it will end. Were there buybacks? Yeah, Shorkan did buy back there at the end, right after he did die. That being the only one, though, I mean, they definitely hold a bid right there. Only having the one buyback used.
I would say for being so far ahead as they are, I think Sync could have played that better and, played a bit more safe, but they just wanted to fight there, it seems like. They could have just had Tremble hit, and let them initiate, and then you counter-initiate. Instead, Tremble was kind of diving the tower, and people were not really in range, I think, to follow up. The Magnus had to blink in and stun 4 people, which is fine, but then he's in an awful position, just dies. So it's, I think they could have played that a bit better, but I think they feel comfortable at the same time that they probably have this game. I mean, Haxon's 650 TPM. I think they're feeling good.
Yeah, whenever you have a Tremble that doing that well throughout this whole game, it's understandable to be feeling very confident. But I don't know. This also the kind of as this game has kind of now gone on a little bit more and more, and just seeing like holds like that, you kind of have in the back of your head of like, well, maybe there is something in Nightmare Nights here. Maybe they do got something going. I mean, Warbeast, he's only going to get bigger and better from here. He's continuing to do decent, and then Dr. Repulsor, who, again, that no stone pickup is it's a little odd to me.
Yeah. Same for me. Aluna's not going to stun you first. He's going to bounce it off of something. And Parasite, if he wants to silence you, he's going to Q you first to take off the null and then try and silence you. Of course, that might buy you the time to get out, but I think it's you have that anyways, that time. So it's not like he has a portal key or anything. So I'm not really sure. I think I should have gone offensive item here, especially when you're behind. But this way he shouldn't really die, and the net from Boris shouldn't be as big of an issue.
Yeah, I mean the watery grave from Riptide too, I think is a big thing that he's trying.
I guess yeah, true, that too, for sure. But I mean, if you go in, Magnus can still stun you, and then then Nullstone's not gonna help you if you get stunned by Magnus.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in a dangerous spot here.
He is. Magnus seeing them right there. Do they have a bound eye? No, they do not. No kind of invis detection on them currently, so Magnus is going to have a pretty free reign right here to set up as he pleases, and that's going to be deadly for the Hellborn team, it seems like. Oh boy, this is, I don't know. I'm feeling a little scared right now for Nightmare Nights. And here we go. Eruption coming out right here in the background. Riptide coming in with that double damage. They spread pretty well, actually. Warbeast pops the Shrunken Head, ulti form, but no. Boris comes in with the net and will secure the kill. You saw Dr. Repulsor fly off to the river, or the lake, or whatever it is. So, man, only losing one hero there, I gotta say, that's good for Nightmare Nights.
That's pretty good for them. It was nice spread out and good getaway from almost everyone. I mean, Warbeast almost got it too. Just got caught by the Boris. And Mercedes just has permanent double damage, it seems. Every time they want to fight, he has double damage.
They're waiting for the double damage rune. Big fights here. It's going to wear off right there, but... Okay, so they say now's another time, and, with Warbeast being dead, it's definitely a little bit more appropriate here. Tremble does have the full wing bow. You just see, the Rax is dead. Not really much the Hellborn team could do to remotely stop that. So they pretty much end up just giving up the Rax in that case. And now we see Sync is going to start falling back, and we'll see what they decide from here. I mean, all the outer towers are destroyed, obviously. And, yeah, they're just going to go back and maybe pick up some farm. Tremble actually ports up here with the mound. Wow. Did a lot of damage to Dr. Repulsor. Now he pops the Shark, and he's going back in. Look at Bubbles just melt. That was 2 auto attacks. I mean, technically 4 because of the double, but just 2 animations. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. I have nothing more to add. That was ridiculous. Good hero.
Yeah, good hero. Yeah, there you go. There's the there's the insight there. It's a good hero. He really is.
Also well played. I mean, he knows his limits, right? And he had popped the Shrunken, and nothing can really touch him. And I think if they want to go on that, they should go with Doctor first. Here we go.
Yeah, they're gonna hold once again, or try, I should say. And Doctor, well, he tried. He goes down immediately after he jumps in. Same for Warbeast. Really, he saw Protective Melody from Rhapsody, but I think Nightmare Nights is gonna realize here now that their efforts were all for naught in the end. I mean, valiant effort indeed, but Sync Esports should be taking game number 1 here now in this 2-game series. Again, Tremble, safe to say I think we could possibly see a ban on him. I mean, Sync will be Hellborn this time, of course, swapping sides here, so we'll see if they end up banning it here. But, yeah, again, if there's a hero right now in the hero pool that just in any matchup you want to make sure is banned, if you don't have a first pick, it's probably Tremble. So, another example why right here.
I think, move on, go for next game. Don't be too upset for that.
Yeah.
That can happen to anyone. But I mean, at the same time, they played it well. I mean, they had a good draft. I mean, early game aggressive heroes, which are definitely more aggressive than the Hellborns, and they capitalized off of that, got the Bloodlust mid, and the Hellborn team can't really respond to that. So I mean, it was just a well thought out draft and good executed from Sing. So.
Absolutely, and honestly, props to Number Nice as well, a little bit right there for making it a bit of a match there, especially after Tremble was getting so ridiculously farmed and pretty scary there, and they actually were holding at some decent spots and making it quite the effort, but again, in the end, it was a little too much. They got close to killing him earlier in the game, and maybe things could have been a little bit different because of that, but point is they didn't, and he stayed alive, finishes 12-0-9, 700 plus GPM, helping lead the way for Sync Esports and their good efforts at the victory here. So, all right, we got game number 1 in the books, guys. Game number 2 going to be coming up here on Honcast. Sync Esports versus Nightmare Knight. We got game number 2 here for HoNtour Season 4, Cycle number 6 of the group stages. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.